So the last 5 years I did this course unit, and I'm happy to say that all my students is got through the pass, and but very rarely one or two, not last year, just at the beginning, is they were not successfully complete. Only just one or two students. Okay, otherwise all the students last 3 years successfully complete with some high marks. So, but I want to know whether are there any students not family in economics? They just first time is studying economics. How many students? Who are the students is not family economics in your advanced level or previously? The first time learning economics?
So I'm not familiar with economics.
Yeah, not your background is the science or maths A level background.
No, sir, arts.
Okay, okay, very good. Okay, so the and also I want to know with the those who are the student is did their A level in single medium. How many students single medium? Majority or very few?
I guess most of the students have done in single medium, sir.
Okay, single medium, right? Bindu, your phone was not working in the morning, no? Why? Binidhi, no? Right?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, I try to contact you, but unfortunately,
My mic was mute, I guess. My mic was mute all the time.
just over the phone. Just over the phone, I try to contact you because just I want to share your mail because then I can send my presentation document to your mail. Then you can share
Doctor,
with.
actually, sir, Dr. Kamal sent me your number, and then Dilumai informed that sir has already talked and discussed about the class procedure. So I
Yeah.
didn't want to call you back. Anyway, I changed my number, sir. Maybe that's why.
Okay. Right. Okay. So right now, let me start the session here. The your syllabus and I think first look at your syllabus, please. Then I will share with the syllabus. I think you can see my Word document, and the syllabus is almost just equal to the A level syllabus actually, but very few advanced area. And those who have done economics in A levels, they can quite easily capture the economic module, but
Arung ada
the problem here with the
Telegram friendly
language
ni.
here, because language mean the terms,
Jadi
and
Arung
there are
ada
some
killer ranking berapa?
words, economic jargon, or the therefore, even though you have completed
Bangde?
economics in A level with single
Arung ada
median, you should
ranking
have to
ni
give some
login
attention
account
for
ni mitra login
this
login
module
kita ni nol.
because we are doing in English medium.
Mitra nanti terus
Uh,
hotmail mitra nanti.
and also, there are two components of your syllabus. One is micro, other one is macro. Microeconomics and macroeconomics. Huh? The first topic, like the foundation of economics, demand, supply, and market equilibrium, elasticities, consumer behavior, theory of production cost, and the cost, revenue, and profit, and that component, competition, until topic number 7, That area is under the microeconomics. Microeconomics. So your midterm exam is actually totally based on the micro component, first 7 topic here. And the macro part, topic number 8, GDP, gross domestic production consumption, and that part, economic growth, aggregate demand supply, inflation, unemployment, or the budget, fiscal policy, monetary policy, the some that are under the macro here. So therefore, your final exam is combined micro and macro, but uh, priority is given for a macroeconomic second part here because micro part already covered under the midterm exam. So with the final exams, the the many questions given based on macro component here. Okay, so carefully observe the syllabus, and there are many documents or the textbook. Yes, you can follow, but my tute and my PowerPoint presentation and the the slides and all the things so enough for taking very high grade here. Okay, so if you want to further review or further observe, then you can find some textbook, right, under the macro here. So the syllabus, the syllabus, and now let me start the first session, the foundation of economics. Foundation of economics under the microeconomics here. And also remember, even though syllabus is covering both component micro and macro, and we should cover the syllabus within 33 hours here. Very limited time. So, and also we are not sometime we will meet physically, but some session is just over the Zoom. Therefore, your senior batch totally with the Zoom session, not physically met actually, but anyhow, all they have taken very high grade, the last year batch. Uh, Therefore, it is not a matter actually, even though we are physically met or not here, that is not a matter. The grades is depend on your commitment and your working capacity, right? And it is totally depend on your side here. Therefore, I will correctly and perfectly do the guideline and always focus in the right questions because I have some good correlation between the Professor Alexander. He's the person is preparing the papers, but with my coordination and always he discussed with me before preparing the questions and the question paper or before midterm exam, and he always discuss with me, share with me where the area covered and all the things. So therefore, um, the question is depend on the area we covered. Okay, depend on the area we covered. He will never ask the question the area we will not cover you. Therefore, don't worry. And also, I have some past papers we can share, and most probably the question is similar to the past papers. Some question almost same, similar question actually. So all you can pass the exam, very simple. And also you can take very high grade with some commitment and effort here. Okay. So right, the area. So are you expecting any explanation in single medium? Are you expecting or not?
It would be great if you can, sir, but there are two or three Indian students as well, so there's a problem. But it's
Oh,
great
oh,
if you can.
right. Okay. Right. Okay. If the time necessary, it means, for example, now for there are some area is quite difficult to understand, like economic jargon words. Then
Exactly, sir.
yeah, at that point I will explain. Okay, right. Good. Okay. So now let me start. Right. The session number one is right. Introduction to the fundamental component of economics. Did the father of economics. You should know for each subject. There are some responsible and respectable academics behind the subject. Whatever the physics or chemistry, there are many names. Similarly, in economics also, the name is called Adam Smith. He is called as a father of economics. Hmm? Father of economics, Adam Smith, the time lag is 1723 to 1790, right? So now the Adam Smith is the father of economics. Is a well known and the one of the famous textbook. He wrote the first most important book, the with the title of An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of the Nation. Very shortly, it's a very popular as the wealth of the nation. Wealth of the nation. So Adam Smith laid a foundation for economics with this textbook, 1776, The Wealth of the Nations. Okay, so it's a very highly theoretical textbook, and he developed all the economic concept, many microeconomic concept via these textbooks here. Hmm? Or just you can see this textbook, what are the library, you can see, or just you can call just for an online version also. And this Adam Smith believed the free market. Either he's told always he believe the free market. Free market mean open market. Open market or free market without any interference. No any government interference. Just the demand and supply or price determined based on demand and supply. That is called the free market. No any government intervention, no regulation, no taxes. So such a market is called as a free market. The price of the product determined based on demand and supply. Demand and supply. So for the time being, I will explain that part separately. Right. And also the free market is one where consumer may be buy what they like and producer may produce what they like with no government interference. Okay. So free market mean actually as a customer you purchase what you wish to purchase. Okay. You purchase the item based on your pocket money and your preferences. And I purchase the item based on my income and my preferences. Producer produce the good based on their wishes, based on the profit margin. Okay. There and that market is called free market, open market. Hmm? But China or Russia, such a countries not applying free market. No, they cannot produce what they want to produce. That is proposed and ideas given by the government. Government decide what to produce. Government decide what to produce. Right? That is not a free market. But free market means the producer decide what to produce. Customer decide what to purchase. That is called the free market. So therefore, Smith suggests that the Laissez-faire is a technical word. It means don't interference. A Greek word. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා අපි එකට රාජ්‍ය නිර්බාධවාදය. බාධාවකින් තොර රාජ්‍යයට කියනවා laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is a don't interfere. So Adam Smith believed that laissez-faire, laissez-faire approach. Okay, laissez-faire approach means don't interfere, don't interfere approach. So that is the basic idea of the Adam Smith here. So it is very clear, no? Even at the moment, we are believing the free market, no? USA or all the European countries, more than 98 countries in the world still believe the free market, open market. That is called, one side is capitalism, Dhanavade, capitalism, Dhanavade. Okay, so therefore that idea is generated by the Adam Smith, who is a father of economics. Father of economics here. Okay, so this is the general idea on Adam Smith here. Very short brief of Adam Smith, because we should know, you should know on Adam Smith, because he is the father of economics. He is the father of economics. Right, now let you move to the economics. Right, now let's move to the economics. What is the economics? The economics basically study the choice and the condition of scarcity. We study choices or choice under condition of scarcity. So therefore, economics subject is always focused three words: scarcity, choice, two important words, scarcity and choice. Because scarcity is a situation in which the amount of something available is insufficient to satisfy the desire for it. Right? So that is scarcity. Because people are always, individually, people are always demanding many goods and services. Okay, as a consumer, you think yourself, you want many items, no? You wish to purchase many items. It's unlimited needs and wants. But can you purchase? No, you cannot purchase. Because one side, you don't have money. It's a one side limitation, it's scarcity. It's scarcity. It's a limitation. Or for example, now, so we need many goods, but all those goods and services we cannot produce. Even in our country, we need oil, crude oil, right? But we don't have resources, so that's why we are importing crude oil from, right, other countries here. So that is scarcity here. Scarcity. Therefore, what any item is scarcity means the mismatch between your requirement and availability. Your requirement is greater than the availability, that is called the scarcity. That is called the scarcity. As a country, also we are facing scarcity. As a country, we need many goods and services, but amount available is limited. So that is the scarcity, right? So the scarcity means, therefore, the excess of wants resulting from having limited resources. The excess of wants resulting from having limited resources. Whatever the nation, even in USA, rich country or poor country or middle income country, whatever the country, scarcity is a common issue, common problem, because resources are limited, but wants are unlimited. Wants are endless. Wants are unlimited, but resources are limited. What are the resources? Resources means land, labor, capital, and on. Those are the factors of production in economics. ආර්ථික විද්‍යාව නිෂ්පාදන සාධක තමයි භූමිය, ශ්‍රමය, ප්‍රාග්ධනය සහ entrepreneurship කියන්නේ ව්‍යවසායකත්වය. ව්‍යවසායකත්වය. Those are the factors of production, නිෂ්පාදන සාධක. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Those are factors of production. Those are limited, but needs and wants are unlimited. Okay? So therefore, that imbalance, mismatch is called as scarcity. So therefore, it is universal problem for the society. Universal problem. And it is not limited to the poor countries. And it is not limited to poor countries. Not limited to poor countries. Universal problem. And not limited to poor countries. Right? So, economist. All good services that have price really are. Therefore, that is important. The strength of the scarcity, the strength of the scarcity reflected by the price. The greater the scarcity, the higher the price. The lower the scarcity, lower the price. Therefore, price is the indicator for the scarcity. The strength of the scarcity is indicated by the price. Why some items prices are very high? For example, just think about diamond, or just think about the gold, right? 1 pound of gold. Why gold prices are almost or very high compared to some sand or some other related items? Because it's scarcity, limited, right? Limited. And oil prices depend on the scarcity, because crude oil not located in all over the world. No, we don't have crude oil. Still, we have not find suitable places for recruiting the crude oil. But Arabic region, they have some set of oil here. So therefore, price determined based on the scarcity. Price determined based on scarcity here. Right. Then second point, choice. Scarcity. Now, choice thoragani. The choice is choice come to the process since people do not have infinite income. Infinite mean not limited. Infinite income. Do not have infinite income. අසාමාන්‍ය විදිහට ආදායම් තියෙන්නේ limited income. No? සීමා සහිතයි. They need to make choices whatever they purchase goods and services. So, therefore, our income limit, your family income limit, your income limit, my income limits. That's why we are purchasing some limited essential goods and services. If incomes are unlimited, we are not worried. We are not worried regarding the choices. No, we will not move to the choices if income is unlimited. But since income is limited, then we should have to link with the choices. Right? Today you want many things, right? You are willing to purchase. You are willing to purchase a BMW or Benz, but you cannot purchase because your income is limited. Your income is limited. Therefore, based on your income, you should have to choice. You should have to select the suitable car for your family, right? Depend on the choice. Therefore, choices come to the process because of its scarcity. Choices come to the process because of its scarcity. Scarcity, නැත්නම් choices වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right? These two are highly intercorrelated or highly dependent. They have to decide how to allocate limited financial resources, and so always need to choose between alternative. Since we have limited resources, then we should have the choices. Since individually we have limited income, we should have to move to the choices. When we are purchasing goods and services, we cannot purchase each and every items, right? Because we have limited money, then we should move to the choices, right? Which one is most important? Which one is necessary? Which one is not necessary? Therefore, necessary item we should purchase. That is called the choice. Therefore, people wants are infinite. Remember, wants are infinite. උවමනාවන් අසීමිතයි. Infinite. But resources are finite. සම්පත් සීමිතයි. Resources are finite. Therefore, choices must be made. That's why choices come to the process. That's why choices come to the process. Right. So therefore, economics is always discussed, right? Economics is always discussed how we optimize the limited resources to capture our unlimited requirement here. So that is the idea of economics. Economics always explain all the concept and all the theories and whatever the model, economic model, right? The finally try to explain the way of optimizing people's requirement subject to the limited resources. Subject to the limited resources. Right? So economic is very, very important for whatever the nation, whatever the country, because we should maximize the satisfaction, subject to the income, subject to the resources. Okay, so that is the basic idea of the economist. Economics explain the way of maximization, also better word is way of optimization. Optimization kiwama, there are two branch. One is cost minimization, other one is profit or utility maximization. Utility කියන්නේ satisfaction, your satisfaction, තෘප්තිය. Right? So optimization, two branch. One is cost minimization, other side, profit maximization or utility maximization. Because as a customer, right? You are customer, I'm also customer. We try to maximize our satisfaction, no? Satisfaction. Our final goal is maximizing satisfaction. Right? Why are you doing this course? The reason is final goal is actually try to maximize your satisfaction. Right? To better life, to better income, you should have to learn. Right? So I think you realize that without learning or just without education, we cannot uh, earn the money actually here. You can earn the money, but some business process, but that is separate area. So always you are doing everything for getting some satisfaction. Right? Anyway, right. So now this, I think it is clear. You can ask any questions. You can ask any questions within the session. You can interview anybody want to clarify anything. You can ask. No problem. Now let's move to the next word, opportunity cost. This is very important. Opportunity cost is the concept. Is a very important concept in economics. Opportunity cost. Singling up avastika pirive. Avastika pirive. Opportunity cost. So what is opportunity cost? Simply define the cost expressed in terms of next best alternative sacrifice. The cost expressed in terms of the next best alternative sacrifice. මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? මම ඒක සිංහලෙන් කියන්න. right? අපි යමක් කරනකොට තව එකක් කැප කරනවානේ. ඒ කැප කරන එකේ වටිනාකම මතක තියාගන්න. කැප කරන එකේ මූල්‍යමය වටිනාකමට අපි කියනවා opportunity cost. දැන් බලන්න දැන් at the moment now you are listening to my lecture or session here. You all are joining with this Zoom session and now you are listening to me. Had you not listened this session, you would have to do some another work, no? You would have to another work. Sometimes you will engage some income earning activity, or you could use this time leisurely. Or whatever some alternative, right? So had you not listened to this session, you would have to work under someone else, right? We assume, then the value of that earning activity, the value of financial value of that activity is called opportunity cost. The cost expressed in terms of next best alternative sacrifice is the definition of opportunity cost. අපි යමක් කරනකොට ඒ සඳහා කරන දෙවෙනියට තියෙන කැපකිරීමේ වටිනාකම. Second best මතක තියාගන්න. Next best. ඒක වටිනාකම අපි කියනවා opportunity cost. අවස්ථික පිරිවෙන්. Okay, there are few examples here, right? Therefore, this one is very important because in economics, very important concept. This one helps us view the true cost of decision making. True cost of decision making and implies value in different choices. This one value the different choices actually. So therefore, opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative of a selection of alternative. Opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative of a selection of alternative, or the highest value alternative give up. Highest value alternative give up. In other words, the value of that which must be give up to acquire achieve something. Right? To achieve something, you give up something now. The value of that give up is called the opportunity cost. That is called the opportunity cost. Right? Look at the example. Look at this example. Okay, carefully. Carefully read this one. I'll give the 2 minutes for you. Please read this one carefully. Right. If you have 100 rupees with you and try to satisfy a lot of needs, such as having a packet of lunch, uh, to go for a movie, or buying up frocks and etc. You have many needs, unlimited wants, but just we have only 100 rupees. All these needs cannot be achieved at the same time with these scarce resources. Scarce resources mean here is scam money. Only you have 100 rupees. Therefore, we have to take decision in which we try to utilize our scarce resources among different alternatives. Right? Even though you have in three alternatives, but you cannot capture all the three simultaneously because your income limited 100 rupees. Okay, therefore, when we make a selection, we should have the choice. Then we move to the choice here. Right? It is very clear. Resources limited, income limited. Then we should move to the choices. That is called the selection. The other alternative has to be sacrificed. Right? One can select, other two should have to be sacrificed or give up. When the value of the sacrifice alternative is measured in terms of money, then it is called as opportunity cost. Right? Here, there are two, there are three alternatives. Once you select, other two should be give up. Then out of these two, which one is the second best? That is important. Which one is the second best? The value of the second best, okay? Not third one. Value of the second best is called as opportunity cost. For example, in other words, the opportunity cost of the chosen item in or the student activity is the benefit, or sorry, double benefit, is the benefit expected from the best alternative that is foregone. Therefore, here, from this example, the opportunity cost of packet of land. We assume your first alternative is purchasing or taking the packet of lunch. First priority was the packet of lunch, and second priority for go to the cinema. Second priority go to the cinema, and third one is purchasing prop here. Therefore, your first alternative having packet of lunch. Your second alternative go to the cinema. Your third one we assume purchasing frock here. Therefore, you select the first option is purchasing packet of lunch. Then you should have to sacrifice the second best. What is the second best? Second best is go to the cinema. Therefore, value of the second best, right? How much you will spend in for go to the cinema? That would be the opportunity cost of packet of lunch. The opportunity cost of first activity, right, is equal to the give up second activity, is equal to the give up or sacrifice second activity. Therefore, here the opportunity cost of packet of lunch is equal to the, right, equal to the value of sacrifice for go to the cinema. We assume hypothetically we assume here 80 rupees අපි තුමු රුපියල් 80යි කියලා. Therefore, our conclusion, the opportunity cost of packet of lunch is equal to 80 rupees, and it is the value of sacrificing of go to the cinema. Okay, that is the value of go to the cinema here. So this is the basic idea for opportunity cost. So another example. Another example. If a firm invests rupees, if the firm invests rupees 100,000 on new machines which require less electricity than old machine. Okay, we assume a producer. The producer use some machine, and that is an old machine, and it is needed for some high electricity. Electricity cost is high for old machine here, right? So we assume the new machine come to the process, like maybe some air conditioned machine or whatever the thing, because now with the new technology, we can save the time, so we can save the electricity bill, actually electricity cost. So therefore, the cost of the machine is not outlay the 100,000 alone. What could be the earned from the best alternative use of the money also has to be taken into account. Okay, the man is decide to purchase a new machine. The value of that machine is 100,000, right? 100,000. So now, what is the opportunity cost of this investment? What is the opportunity cost of this investment? Investment mean purchasing this new machine, right? This is the opportunity cost. If the firm earn 12% interest rate on saving the money, okay, saving the money, we assume that man is not purchase this machine. What will happen? Man will save this money. Okay, they will start some fixed deposit or just general saving. And also we assume that the interest rate is 12% here, right? Okay. If the person will not purchase this machine, the money will be assumed saved. The interest rate is 12% per annum. Therefore, the firm would be able to earn 12,000 rupees per year. Okay? Machine එක ගත්තේ නැත්නම් මේ සල්ලි බැංකුවක දැම්ම නම් අවුරුද්දට 12 ඉන්ට්‍රස්ට් රේට් එකට 12000ක් හම්බ වෙනවා. මැෂින් එක ගත්තේ නැත්නම්. Okay, therefore the second best alternative is saving. We assume, right? First option is purchasing a new machine. Then second option is saving. Therefore, that is the opportunity cost of new machine if the second best alternative use money for saving. Therefore, you can say the opportunity cost of purchasing a new machine is equal to the 12,000 rupees because that is the second best alternative. That is the second best alternative income. Okay, the man had not purchased the machine, they would have to save the money at a rate of 12%, and end of the year the man would be able to earn 12,000 rupees per annum. So that is the opportunity cost of this purchasing process. That is the opportunity cost of purchasing process because that is the second best alternative. Second best alternative. Okay, right. Any question up to this point, please? Binudi, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Dilshani?
No, sir.
Okay. Achinta?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Gandhi, ne? Gandhi Sangish, yeah? Right. Any questions, Gandhi? Harindra?
No, sir.
Okay. And the Heshan? Heshan?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Kanchana?
No, sir.
Sorry, Kanchana.
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Malindu? Malindu?
All good, sir.
Okay. Sahim?
Eh?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, please now unmute your mics. Achinta? Please unmute your phone. Sorry, mic, please. Okay, right.
Sorry.
Okay, right. Thank you. So the concept of economic profit, the economic profit are the difference between the total revenue and the total opportunity cost of the producing firm's good or service. So therefore, the profit, financial profit is not equal to the economic profit. There are two concepts, economic profit and financial profit. Financial profit you can easily calculate. The accountants simply calculate the financial profit because the financial profit only consider the explicit cost. Explicit cost. Explicit cost. Explicit mean measurable cost, countable cost, recordable cost. Explicit. Payno apite no? Explicit cost. Measurable cost. Okay? The accountant can record those costs here. Explicit cost. The electricity cost, transportation, salary, and day-to-day running expenses, right? Or material cost, or the rent. Those are the measurable costs here. Those are called explicit. But in economics, there are other costs, implicit cost, implicit, unmeasurable, but value of foregone opportunities, unmeasurable, quite hard to measure, implicit cost, difficult to measure. But in economics, we consider that on two here. Okay, so therefore, the implicit costs are very hard to measure, and therefore managers are often overlooked. Magarlano. Effective managers, however, continuously seek out data from other resources to quantify the implicit cost. Some managers try to measure this one. Some managers try to measure implicit cost, but hard to measure, not easy to measure here. Okay, so therefore, economic profit mean total revenue. Total revenue. For the time being, I will explain that one also. We can do some calculation. Total revenue. Total revenue mean selling price multiplied by amount sold. Selling price, average selling price multiplied by amount sold. ඔගොල්ලෝ අඹ ගෙඩි 100ක් විකුණනවා නම් රුපියල් 50 ගානේ. ගෙඩියක් average price එක 50යි. අඹ ගෙඩි 100ක් විකුණනවා. එහෙනම් 50 වැඩි කිරීම 100 නේ. 15 to 100. 50 is selling price, 100 is quantity, then that is called the revenue, total revenue. In financial jargon, it is called as gross income. Gross income. So therefore, total revenue minus total cost. Total cost, two components, implicit and explicit. Implicit and explicit. That is the economic profit. That is economic profit. But the financial profit, just TR minus, only explicit cost. Only explicit cost, because they are not calculate implicit cost here. Okay, so example. For example, what does it cost you to read this book? You are reading a book, Kapitum, you are reading a book. What is the cost? What is the cost of that book? The price you paid. The price you paid to bookstore or bookshop for this book is explicit. Counting cost, measurable cost. Why the implicit cost is the value of way or value of what you are giving up by reading the book. Right? So the implicit means පොත කියවන විට, right? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අහිමි වෙන time එකේ වටිනාකම. Right? The value what you are giving up or sacrifice by reading the book. That is the implicit cost of that book. That is implicit cost. So that is also very important. You could be studying some other subject or watching TV, and each of these alternative has some value to you. There will be some value to you. Okay. Therefore, the best of these alternatives is your implicit cost of the reading this book here. The second best of these alternatives is your implicit cost of reading this book. Therefore, suppose you are on a building borel. So the another example. Suppose you're on a building at a borel that is used to run a small picture, right? Another example. You have your own building at Borale Junction. You have your own building. Okay? You decide to start a pizzeria. You decide to start a small pizza hut, pizzeria. So, what are the implicit cost and explicit cost? The gross income and financial profit and economic profit. Right. It do. Make up feel karam. Look at. So now, right. Right. The gross income. We assume uh, your selling pizza is at a rate of rupees 500. Okay. Right. 500 rupees per unit. Huh? And end of the month, you sold around, we assume here, 1,000 pizza. Okay. 1,000 pizza at a rate of 500. So then, what is the financial profit? It is sorry, that's the gross income. This is the gross income here. This is the gross income. Okay, this is the gross income. So it would be right. So that is the gross income. Financial gross income, or not profit, gross income. Other side also same. That will not change. At a rate of 500, selling 1,000 pizza per month. Therefore, this is the gross income. Okay, right. Now, what are the explicit cost? Explicit, measurable cost. Here, materials. For a different material, it may be vegetables and the meat or whatever the ingredients or whatever the items. Roughly, we assume the material cost. We assume just 100,000 rupees, 100,000 is the material cost. Here also say material cost. Right. Now the labor cost. There may be some labor skills and unskilled labors. So we assume rupees labor cost is just rupees 50,000. Here also 50,000. Right. And the utilities mean electricity, labor, transportation, okay, whatever the items, utilities, right? And let you put in some value, utilities also, electricity, transportation, and every packing material, all the thing here. Another 50,000. You also rupees 50,000. Right. So, no any other cost. No any other cost. So therefore it is very clear. The gross income minus explicit cost, total explicit cost here, 200,000, no? 100,000, 200,000, therefore here 500,000. Therefore the financial profit, rupees
300,000.
300,000. This is a profit. This is financial profit here. Gross income minus explicit cost. Now what are the implicit cost here? What are the implicit cost here? What are the implicit cost here? Can you imagine the implicit cost here? මට බලන්න එකක් කියන්න. එක implicit cost එකක් කියන්න බලන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ. Just tell me one implicit cost. You are starting a Pizza Hut in your own building. What are the implicit cost? Binidhi, can you imagine? Can you imagine one opportunity cost, one implicit cost here, please? Dilshani, can you imagine? Okay, is it difficult? I will explain. Okay, no problem. Right. One, right, as I mentioned, you start a Pizza Hut or pizzeria at your own building. Your own building. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේම ඒ building එක. Right. Then what is the implicit cost? Had you not run the business, had you not started this pizza, you could have to rent it out this building, no? You would have rented out more. But building අපි නිකන් තියන් ඉන්නේ. We should have rented out for the business, no? Other guy. And also the rental value, monthly rental income, we assume rupees, monthly rental income, we assume rupees another 100,000. Okay, this lost. This 100,000 lost because of your business. Is it clear? So therefore it is implicit cost. That is the opportunity cost of your building. That is the opportunity cost of your building. Therefore, we should incorporate this cost to the economic profit under the implicit cost. Under the implicit cost. This is called opportunity cost of building. Opportunity cost of building. Right. Second one. Another one. Okay, I will take. Then you are the manager. You are the manager of this Pizza Hut. But had you not run the business, you could have to work under someone else, no? And you could be able to earn some money, no? But I mean, pizza you could have to work under someone else and getting some small salary. And that is also lost to you because of this business. It is the opportunity cost of your time, right? Opportunity cost of your time. We assume you have not run the business, you could have to work under someone else, and you will get in 50,000 rupees per month. Therefore, that is also here at 50,000 earning. That is opportunity cost of your time. Opportunity cost of your time. That is also on the implicit cost. Implicit cost, right. Third one, another one. Okay. මෙහෙම කියමු. ඒකට මම මේකට budget එකට දාන්නේ. Right. At the beginning, to start this piece of art, you have to have
You have to have
spent
capital, some sort of capital.
really. That is very good. Really, some set of capital. It means to start this business, your initial capital. Your initial capital, starting capital, that is called startup cost. Initial capital may be sometime 1 million because need some material, need some equipment or table or furniture, right? Some basic needs. Therefore, you spent 1 million rupees for initial capital. But had you not run the business, that 1 million may be in your saving account, maybe in your saving account, and end of the month again we assume at a rate of 12% is you are getting
Interest.
100. Yeah, some interest rate here. Okay, and just divided by monthly, we assume monthly interest rate, we assume here just monthly interest rate, we assume here just the 1 million roughly, we assume here 10,000. 10,000. That is the interest rate for your initial capital. Therefore, opportunity cost of initial capital. Initial capital. Okay. That is also lost because of this business. Right. Maybe further, but that is enough for just getting basic idea. So total implicit cost now 160,000. 160,000 implicit cost. Therefore, economic profit is now is initial 300,000 plus 160,000. Now your cost is 460,000. Okay. Sorry. Economic profit. Economic is 460,000 minus 500,000. Yeah, just here 40,000. Okay. This is your economic profit. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. The financial profit is highly reflected in higher value, but economic profit is always lesser than financial profit. Because economic profit consider both explicit and implicit cost. Financial profit only consider explicit cost. Explicit cost. So which one is more reliable measurement? It is very clear. More reliable measurement is economic profit, not financial profit. Right? Because economic profit cover both explicit and implicit cost. Implicit cost mean the value of foregone opportunities. Value of foregone opportunities. Right? Okay, I think it is clear. So therefore, maybe some question in exam, right? The difference between financial profit and economic profit, and what is the explicit cost and implicit cost. Maybe some calculations. So now you can calculate, or you can explain very correctly the explicit and implicit cost. Right. Would ask any question up to this point? Any
Factors of
question, any
production.
clarification? Please, you can ask. Let me move to the next slides. Factors of production. In economics, the factors of production mean land, labor, capital, enterprise, so the entrepreneurship. Those are the factors of production. Land not just mean conventional plot of the land. Land can be bhumi vitarak නෙමෙයි, not conventional plot of the land. It is including all the natural resources, remember. Renewable resources, non-renewable resources, recyclable resources, non-recyclable resources, exhaustible resources, waterfalls, jungles, right? Or the any kind of natural resources, all are under the land, all are under the lands. Therefore, majority of factors is under the land category, under the land category. These are the factors of production. Factors of production. To produce any goods or service, land is compulsory, no? Land is compulsory. Second on labor. It's a physical and mental effort of people using production. Sometimes physical effort, sometimes mental effort. Labor. Because skill labor, and unskilled labor. Skilled labor come incorporated with mental effort, like a doctor. Service, no? Now I am as a academic person. I am always delivering lectures, no? Teaching, sharing my knowledge and ideas with the others. So this is a kind of service. I use my mental effort. I am not physically, right? But tea flapper or rubber tapper or farmer, they are physical labor here, right? So both physical and mental effort is called under the labor. Capital, those are non-natural, manufactured resources that are used in the creation, the production of the production. So capital is a initial life for now, at the moment. Both you and me use capital. What is my capital? I'm using here my laptop. This is a capital. You're also using your phone or your terminal or desktop or laptop, whatever. Those are capital. Therefore, capital is not a final product. Capital we use to produce another unit of item, another product here, all is capital. For a big organization, is a machines, no? Equipment, building, structure, all those are under the capital. All those are under the capital. Capital may be either physical or financial, right? Anyhow, those are capital. Those are the factors of production. And finally, entrepreneur. Entrepreneur refer to the management, organization, and planning of the other three factors of production. These are the guys, these are person who manage, that means who can manage land, labor, and capital to the final product. Without enterprise or entrepreneur, production will not create. Okay? We sometimes country having land, enough labor, capital, but unfortunately we don't have enough entrepreneurs. Therefore, production will not happen. Enterprise or entrepreneurship is the most important factor. And entrepreneurship is not linked with education, remember. Don't mix up with manager and entrepreneur. Don't mix up with manager and entrepreneur. All the organization, there are managers. Manager is getting salary, end of the month, man is getting salary. And you also one day become a manager. Anybody want to become a manager, they can be a manager with education, with qualification. But entrepreneurship is not linked with education. You're gonna get that entrepreneur can connect with the bear. Entrepreneur can't be made. Can't be made. It is kind of intellectual born capacity, no in relation with education. Navaloka Mudalal is a good entrepreneur. but just pass grade 8 or some level, is a one of the good entrepreneur in our country. Siddhale Vedamahatya is an excellent entrepreneur, right? But no any education qualification. Therefore, entrepreneur can't be made. Entrepreneur is finally getting profit or loss both. Profit or loss both. Therefore, the person is initiate the business and create the business, and the person is always uh, uh, given the ideas on innovation, right? So always entrepreneur is an innovator. He's an innovator. So therefore, manager is just getting salary, end of the month, and man is maybe sometime moving from one place to another place, like this way. So entrepreneur is very, very important. Those are the factors of production. Right. The economic problem. The economic problem. In economics, there are 4 types of major problems. What to produce, how to produce, how much to produce, whom to produce. Here just I mentioned 3, but 2 is together. What good should be produced? As a country, what are the items we should produce? We should give a priority over the agricultural items, or manufacturing items, or service, or sport or leisure. What should be produced? And how should good and service be produced? How to produce? මොනවද කොහොමද produce කරන්නේ? How to produce? And how much and whom? Who should get the goods and service product? Who should get? How the gun? Who should get? Who should get? Right? Those are the 3 major economic problems. What to produce? මොනවද අපි produce කරන්නේ? That is based on the country's available resources. For example, Singapore, they are not moving to produce agricultural product. Why? They don't have enough land. They are not moving to the manufacturing also, because they cannot establish large factories, limit the limited land. That's why they are always looking for a service, service, medicine, ලෝකෙ තියෙන හොඳම ස්පිරිතාල, medical, and also the education, service, and harbor, transportation, service. Okay. And they are getting more money through the service. So that's why they decide what to produce. They decide, the country decide the service because of based on their limitation. Then which approach, how to produce? කොහොමද produce කරන්නේ? How to produce? Is it labor incentive or land intensive or capital? Which one is effective? Right? For example, now India or China. India, they have enough labor, large number of population. Labor force is very powerful. That's why they always select the labor incentive production. Labor incentive, Srama Sukshama Nispadana. Labor incentive production. Right? Australia or New Zealand. Livestock production. They are moving livestock. Why? They have enough land for livestock here. Right? They have enough land. So some countries capital intensive, they have enough capital. Then how to produce depend on the intensity or intensive based on our available resources. And whom to produce? Kahat to produce karan. Whom to produce? Is it rich people or poor people? Right? Right? So that is also economic problem. But all those three economic problems, right, is very common, but the economic systems will give different answers for those questions. Economic systems mean whether particular countries absorbing the capitalism or socialism or mixed economic policies. ಧನವಾದೇದ ಸಮಾಜವಾದೇದ ಮಿಶ್ರ ಅರ್ಥಕ್ರಮೇದ. The answers depend on economic system. Answer depend on economic system. If the country is applying capitalism, dhanavadi, they give different answer for these three questions compared to those who are applying socialism. Socialism approach not exactly match with capitalism here, right? So that's why here that two broad definitions here regarding the market economy, and other side is socialism's policies here, right? Some countries like China, previously Russia, Bulgaria, Hungary, previously, so many countries, so some like Karl Marx, and that is schools linked with that socialism policies. But hmm, other side is capitalism policies here. So different economic systems offering different answers for those very common economic problems. For the time being, I will explain how they tackle those questions. The factors of production, again, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Those are the factors of production. Then all those factors is getting rent, wages. Because the land earning, financial value, rent, labor, wages, salary, capital, interest. Pragdani mulya vatnakam, interest, enterprises, profit dollars. So therefore, those are the physical factors sometimes. Physical. Those are financial measurement. The value of the land measured based on rent, labor measured based on wages, capital measured based on interest, the price measured based on profit. And finally, all those are income, no? Income. Those are the resources. Those are the resources. Factors of production mean resources. Finally, those are transferred to the financial value. And all those finally adding here called income. Right? That's called the income. The free and economic goods. Free goods and economic goods. What are the free, what are the economic? Free mean does not incur any opportunity cost. Production of income. Even though free items consume more, right, produce no any cost, no opportunity cost for free items. No relatively scarce. Free goods are no relatively scarce, not limited. Not related, not limited. And will not have a price. You know, no is scarce mean No opportunity cost. No opportunity cost means no price. No price. That is a free items. Good example, free air. Free air. Hmm? We are talking that very highly value oxygen. We know. But in our country, right? But but some places it is a cost, huh? It is a cost, right? Because according to my memories, around per person need 5 or 6 kg per day for oxygen, and it is worth for around 500 or 600 rupees. So some estimation, but we are getting free because no risk, no opportunity cost, and no price. Therefore, free goods for our country. Sunshine. Hiru area sunshine are free for our country. Yeah. We are getting sunshine freely, zero price. But some European people, they came to Sri Lanka, right, spending some money for getting sunshine, right? So the sunshine is not for those people. It's a free item. We are free. We are getting free. But some are just paid. They have some opportunity cost. Therefore, the broadly we cannot categorize free and economic because sometimes some people get in free but some are paid. It is vary from nation to nation, country to country, and region to regions, right? But if we want to define the free goods, this is the way how we define. This is the way how we define. Economic goods has opportunity cost. It has opportunity cost. It has opportunity cost. And it is used for the scarce resources. That's why they have an opportunity cost and will have a price. Economic goods always represent the price and use the scarce resources and having some opportunity cost and has an opportunity cost. Okay, therefore, those are the idea for free and economy. Type of product. The product may be consumer goods. Consumer goods may be consumer durable or non-durable. Durable and non-durables. Durable means they have long time, no? Their lifetime is long. Some are very shorter. Just use and
Hello. Oh,
finish or vanish it. Non-durable.
lichess.
Very shortly after the purchase.
Kian, ay mo ko sine.
Two category for
Lichess pahawi
consumer
ko.
goods. Durable and non-durable. Capital goods. Those are the items produce purchase or other business to produce other items like computer as mentioned, machines and tools. Those are the capital items. Service means intangible. Intangible product. Those are intangible items like teachers, education, doctors, healthcare, and so on. Those are services. The needs and wants. What are the needs? Needs are the basic necessities that a person must have in order to service. Needs like a food, water, shelter, and clothing. Those are needs here. Atyavashya deva needs. Those are needs. Sometimes needs are limited actually. Needs limited. But wants are unlimited. Are the desire that people have, no? Desire. For example, you need a phone as a mature student, right? Not now you finish the uh, school education. hmm? So now you need the phone. But it is need actually, it is need. But wants me, if you ask in Apple phone, right? That is want here. That is want. Wants are unlimited, right? Sometimes the people just try to purchase a food cycle, no? First, try to purchase food cycle. The second, then try to purchase a motorcycle or scooter, second hand one. Next target is try to purchase uh, brand new motorcycle, high speed one. The next time you try to purchase a car means it may be a second hand car. Then again you try to purchase a brand new one, but Japanese one. Brand new but Japanese one. That is not also not ends of your want. Still not end. Again you are thinking that to purchase the European car. Prices are very high, but European one. It may be either BMW or Benz or Jaguar, right? European car. So therefore it is your wants are unlimited and endless. Unlimited and endless. That's the people behavior, that is the usual behavior of people. But needs can be controlled. Needs can be controlled here. But wants cannot be controlled. You need a house, but not a bigger house, no? You need a phone, but not iPhone. Like this, right. Now micro and macro. Microeconomics and macroeconomics. Micro mean is a Greek word. It's a Greek word like small, micro. It's a Greek word like a microst. Microst, Greek word, meaning small. Right? Very common currently here. Microfinance. Microfinance, Shudra Mulya. Small loan, no? Small loan. Right? And microeconomics, it is a study the behavior of individual household. It is individual household, your behavior, my behavior, producer behavior, a firm behavior, a government, an identical government behavior. That is a micro. That's a micro. Individual behavior, remember. Individual behavior is studied under the micro. Choices they make. Interaction is specific market. Specific market. It's a market is monopoly or monopolistic competition or oligopoly, different market. Observing different market is a micro. Focus on individual part of the economy rather than all. Right? Just focus in the individual part of the economy. Quota set it, a small part we are observing, not just the whole content or the country by sea. It's an individual behavior. That is micro. And also remember, economics starting from the micro, because Adam Smith, The Wealth of the Nation textbook totally cover up the micro area, not macro. The reason the 70th century, the macro was not an issue, very limited macro issue, right? Macro issues allow local ප්‍රශ්න තිබුණේ නැහැ. What are the macro issue? Like a today, right? What is the macro issue? Like a today. Today, Sri Lankan rupee is drastically devalued in terms of US dollar. Today, Sri Lankan rupee, we need 203 rupees, yeah, 203 rupees to purchase 1 unit of dollar. For $1 equal rupees 203. That is big issue. That's a macro issue, not micro. Because that is totally influenced the country's economy, not individual. Individual also impact, but it's a macro because it is total effect to the nation's macroeconomic policies. Okay, so it is a macro issue, not micro. Therefore, micro mean individual behavior, part of the economy. We are talking individual, but macro here large requires large macroeconomics, the study of the economy as a whole, totality, aggregation, right? Aggregation, not totality, discussed under the macroeconomics. So what are the terms? Focus big picture. Big picture, ignore the fine details. So your syllabus also, just observe your syllabus is first 7 topic micro. It means all the concept, opportunity cost, like that, fundamental things, demand supply, micro. Demand supply mean my demand, your demand, firm demand we are talking, or the theory of consumer behavior, the production possibility frontier, right? And the theory of cost, theory of production, profit maximization. All are focus in the individual profit maximization of a firm, cost minimization of a firm, utility maximization of a individual customer. Therefore, micro. But macro, inflation. Uddamane. Can we talk the inflation individually? Yeah? My inflation and your inflation? No. Inflation is macro variable because commonly impact to the whole society. Not right? Commonly. And balance of payment. GDP, GNP, right? Everything. Fiscal policy, monetary policy. Those are macroeconomic variables. Those are macroeconomic variables here. Those are macroeconomic variables here. Right? Then therefore carefully observe the micro and macro. Micro means observing the individual behavior. Macro is the whole economic system and as a whole. Micro analysis and macro analysis. Right. The studying the economics is because I know that personally you are studying the economics because this is a compulsory subject for your course content. No? For the first semester, all students should follow this subject. That's why you are learning economics. Because some students just after this course unit, they will never follow the economics because no any subject under their degree program. But those who are the student is economics and management, business and right that component, they will continue economics here. These are your individual objective. But as a person, you should learn the economics because it is always the understand the world better, global event and personal phenomena. Then you can achieve the social changes, understand the origin of social problem, design the more effective solution. You can develop good solution, right, based on economic component, and you can perfectly understand the real situation of the social problems, right? So, so now even at the moment in society is creating many issues, no? Just looking at the TV, end of the day, the night, just you can observe many issues, no? many social issues, many social problems. All those problems incorporated with the economic issue here, right? Economic issue here. Therefore, we focus that issue. What is the economic issue here for of each those problems? If government can tackle those issues and after identify the economic issue, the society finally come to the final conclusions. Final conclusion. And also it is wider range of creative deal with the economic issues at many levels. Right? That's why we are studying the economics. To become an economist also one objective here. But your target maybe one or two maybe become an economist, but other maybe just learn economic subject since this is compulsory, this is your side here. Now the economic models. Economic models. What is the model here? Always models simplify the reality. Models simplify the reality. Because reality is somewhat difficult to observe, no? Because for example now, think about here my behavior. Because but if you want to develop some model for a behavior, my behavior differ from your behavior, your behavior differ from your girlfriends or your mother and father. Not exactly match. Because the subject is dealing with human being. Because economic is a social science. Economic is not a pure science. All the management subject, including economics, social sciences. The pure sciences are like a physics, chemistry, microbiology. Those are pure science. Those subjects dealing with the nature, environment. But we are dealing with human behavior. So therefore, when we are dealing with the human behavior, we should have to develop many models subject to some assumption. Because models simplify the reality. Models simplify the reality. Therefore, economic models develop based on words, diagram, mathematical statement, function. Okay, you can see for the time. There are many models, right? Therefore, abstract representation of reality and should be as simple as possible to some for purpose. Therefore, when we are developing the model, we need assumption, upakalpana. Right? We develop the model subject to the assumption here. But for a pure science, when they develop the model, sometimes no assumption, sometimes very limited assumption. Okay? But here, social sciences, for any model, we need some assumption, upakalpana, assumption. And two types of assumption. What are the two types of assumption? Two types of assumption. Critical assumption, simplifying assumption. Simplifying assumption means essential features can stand out more clearly. And critical assumption means after the conclusion of model in important ways. Critical assumptions are wrong, the model will be wrong. Therefore, when we are developing the assumption, critical assumption, we should carefully develop. We should carefully develop. For example, very simply, in economics, Arthik Vidya, when you are talking the customer, the most important assumption is a consumer is rational. Uh, we are talking the rational consumer. We are not talking about the irrational consumer. In economics, always we looking at the our all the model we have developed based on rational consumer, rational customer, and rational producer. The rational customer mean, right? We assume you are a rational customer. If you are a rational customer, you should have to maximize your satisfaction subject to your limited income. Otherwise, you are not rational. Otherwise, you are irrational. So that's the assumption. We assume that customers are rational. And also we assume that producers are rational. Rational producer means the man should maximize the profit subject to the cost of production. But in practice, there are a large number of irrational producers and irrational customers. Okay, that is the reality, but we assume that both producer and consumer rational. That is the assumption. That is a critical assumption. That's the critical assumption. Okay, so critical assumption should be very careful developed. Right? Oh, right. Right. Now the session finish. You can ask any question, please. Vinudi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you have any question, please? Any clarification?
No, sir, everything's fine up to this point.
Okay, good, good. So I'm also happy if you are right. So any others? I'm not asking individually, but remember, I randomly always just join with you asking some possible questions. So at that time, you should have to answer. So just you have to be open your speak and do some possible answer. Just if you cannot give the answer, please mention I'm not ready for give an answer. So that is enough, because just I want to check whether you are actively joined with my session, right? So that is always I am doing this one. Minindu? Malindu. Malindu. Malindu? Malindu? So is not in actively joined, no? I will record. Kanchana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it clear today?
Yes, sir. Everything was clear.
Okay, okay, very good. Good. Ishan? Ishan? Ishan?
Yes, sir. This is Malindu. I was with the lecture all the time, and I just came out now.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Right.
Yeah. Up to the point, all the points are clear.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay, sir.
okay,
Thank you.
okay. Thank you, thank you. Sahim? Sahim?
Yes, sir. Everything clear.
Is it okay? Is it clear today? Session is clear?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Right.
Yes,
I think
sir.
you're okay. Okay, thank you very much. Then I think all you are happy, and the usually I'm doing only for the 2 hours or maximum 1.5 or 1.45 hours, because you know that online session are not effective the more than 1.5 hour. But today actually just 2 hours, almost close to the 2 hours. And the next day we will arrange. We need to tell me the possible time for the next day. Okay. Do
I will, sir. So when is the exam? I mean the midterm test?
a midterm test is actually just I want to discuss with the Dr. Kamal. I think midterm test is still not confirmed the date, but usually after the 6 weeks they will arrange the midterm session. But I will discuss with the Dr. Kamal and also the Dr. Alexandra. I will send to the mail. and let you inform the exact date for the midterm. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. But anyhow, that remember, before the midterm, at least we should have to cover 5-6 topics. Therefore, please arrange some possible time, even at the night. I think I'm okay in the night actually, when because the last batch I did some session for 8 to 10 or 7 to 9 or like this way here, or in the morning and night. I'm okay. So therefore, please arrange some additional time. I will discuss with Mr. Dilum also, because before the midterm we should have to cover at least 6-7 topic here, right? Therefore, it is you also please help me to cover that area. Then I will try to cover, and therefore, sometime during the New Year week also, if there any possible time, please let me know. I will deliver my sessions. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you, Bindu, and also send your mail address to me, or mail, because there are some document I would have to share with your group. Okay, right.
Sure, sir. I will give you a call after the class.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for being with me. And next day let me meet here. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.